Welcome to Club Shada, episode 352. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you had a great beginning of your week, and I hope you had a great weekend. Actually, it's the end of the weekend. I hope you had a great weekend like I did. For me, weekend is family, resting. So yesterday I was, my wife was doing a dinner full of women in the house. So I ran away to spend the day with Buddy. And today was Sunday. Sunday is really like family day. So took my daughter to the restaurant. And then after that, we went to the park. And then after that, back home to prepare the show and watch some videos, and tomorrow back to work. Other than that, I hope everybody is in the best spirits, just as I am. This show is brought to you by Shada, Gods of Good Fortune. Big up to our stream royalty, Mr. Brada, and of course all the people who are supporting this show with your super chats on YouTube. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I'm gonna test being live on Rumble as well as YouTube next time. I just have to set it up, but it seems fairly easy because everything that goes on my YouTube channel normally with some lights might be better. Everything that goes on my YouTube channel normally is also normally goes automatically, is copied automatically to my Rumble channel. But I realized that probably since 2 months that connection has been severed, probably by YouTube. I don't know what happened, but apparently it's not working. So maybe I'm just gonna also be live on Rumble as well. Seems easy. Just have to have a stream key and then you're good to go. So it's something that I'm gonna work on. And I have to redo live on Instagram. The experience was okay. We couldn't see all the comments, but it's okay. It's okay. So this is our first Q&A of the year. So of course, I'm gonna wait for you to find the questions that you want to ask, and in the meantime, while you are preparing your Q&A question, first of all, if you are on YouTube, put the flags of where you are watching from and the name of the city. If you are on Facebook, put the flag of where you're watching from and what city you are watching from. This is the tradition here on Club Shada. All right, La Milliardaire, what it do? How you doing, sis? I hope you're doing good. Lala, what up? Bonne nuit. Sabrina, merci beaucoup. Hello. All right, listen. While everybody is thinking about their question and thinking about what they're going to say, I'm going to talk about, listen, there's been a lot of things going on in the 2 weeks that I was not on Club Shada, and last week I was celebrating my birthday. So I did a list of all the stuff that happened. And listen. Hello, Marie-Ange. So I did a whole list. My piercing, I have to clean it. I did a whole list of subjects that I want to talk about, and as I said, everybody watching us, joining us, put the flag in the chat of where you're watching and the name of the city. And oh, Mousseloulex. Mais je reconnais cette cravate. Ouais, bon, cette affaire n'est pas finie. Hey Murray, what up, what up? So listen, I'm gonna do something. Ismail, what up? I'm gonna talk about my first subject, and if you have any questions about anything, you can go ahead. This is Q&A, but if not, I'm gonna start working on the things I want to talk about. Okay, the first thing I really wanted to talk to you about is the first thing I want to talk to you about the Jonathan Majors interview. So for those who don't know, Jonathan Majors is a big actor, right? And listen, I don't know what was going on with him and his girl. I think he was cheating on her. And she found out. When she found out, she got crazy in the car. She wanted to take his phone. He wanted to take his phone back. And then he says that she was crazy and violent and she was not acting like Coretta King. And he put her back in the car as a toy, and then he started running with his strange high heel boots. Listen, this guy has a style of his own, if I can say that. And well, so it's interesting because there have been actors, right, that have been convicted of way worse than that. All type of conduct, drugs, this, that, whatever. And they still kept their job. But in the world of today, that guy just got removed from his big role on Marvel, where he was supposed to be Kang. And so, for some people, what he was accused of was of battery, domestic violence against his girl or ex-girlfriend. And in reality, why I think it's kind of unfair that he has been fired from his job is that the guy was not found guilty of the big charges. He's been found guilty of misdemeanor. Like, he's been found guilty of in being violent but without the intent. So, like, meaning if you behind the door and I know you behind the door and I slam the door, right? I open it on your face and you get hurt, there's an intent to hurt you. But if you behind the door, I don't know, I push the door and you get hurt, I hurt you but without the intention to hurt you. So he's been found guilty of hurting her but without the intention of hurting her, if I understand what he was found guilty of. But still got fired of everything. They just destroyed his career just like that because of his girl that, listen, I don't know if I should say that I feel that she's a psycho or I should just not say anything. But anyway, so interestingly, ABC News, right? He's been fired by Marvel, that belongs to Disney. And the first thing he does after being fired, after his trial, is after being found guilty, right, is to go do an interview with ABC News that belongs to Disney. So to me, this looks like geopolitics. This looks like Disney trying to fire him in the Marvel film, but at the same time trying to see if we can now build him back up until maybe the next film, because still have before the next Avenger, there's still. So I watched the interview. In his first interview, since a jury found him guilty of assaulting and harassing his ex-girlfriend, Jonathan Majors said he was shocked and afraid upon hearing the verdict. Listen, first of all, I don't know how they do their montage, but him crying, I was like, bro, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't believe none of what he said. Anyway, so he said, I'm standing here and the verdict comes down. I say, how is it possible based off the evidence, based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence? How is that possible? So he was found guilty on one count of misdemeanor third-degree assault and one count of second-degree harassment, but acquitted on 2 other counts of assault and aggravated harassment. Split verdict. So of course, he had to be fired by. I mean, he didn't have to, but they decided. So listen, when I was watching the interview, to me, it was a whole geopolitical way to save their investment from Disney. That's what I took from it, personally. I don't know if you ever watched that interview or if you cared, but that's what it felt to me. It really felt like this guy was Disney was trying to see if, because I believe the public opinion is with this guy. Now, I think after watching this interview and watching the whole make it good on the side, etc., this guy should stop comparing himself to Martin Luther King. He should stop telling women that they have to be like Coretta and like all these big women. Listen, stop. It's ridiculous. I believe that, listen, I've never been in this position and I hope to never be. I mean, I never did nothing to be in these positions, but I've met crazy people and I've been lied about before. But that's not how I would do it. First of all, if somebody lies about me, about anything, I hope they are ready, because when there's injustice, I become vicious, and I'll make sure that, listen, you pay. Because to me, I don't understand this world where people can lie about you and they never pay, or people can destroy your whole career just for some fuck shit. And that's the US. That's why, listen, I'm cool being famous where I'm famous and not there. I understand that's a lot of money, but it comes with so many problems. Like, all these people in Hollywood are crazy and hypocrite. That's the worst part. Like, all these people that are judging him are hypocrites. So yeah, listen, I believe this guy should check himself with his own narcissism. I think he's a great actor, and I believe that Disney believes in him still. He probably they probably believe in him, and they just want to test the waters. So that's what I took from this interview. Yeah, that was that. Divine, merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. It is 5 p.m. in Montreal, in Canada. All right. Feels like nobody has questions for me, but hey, it is what it is. Let me continue my thing. Listen, another thing. Bro, listen. Somebody has to explain to me what the hell was that. All right. Listen. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Look at how Rolling Stone, MK Prod, what up? Look at how Rolling Stone calls that shit Jewish Pizzagate. Listen, Twitter exploded with anti-Semitic misinformation after secret tunnel found under NYC synagogue. News of an underground tunnel has exploded into a morass of conspiracy theories. Well, if you guys have a secret tunnel under your synagogue, of course people are going to go crazy and invent all type of shit. But look at this. All right. A secret tunnel in an NYC synagogue leads to a brawl between police and worshippers. These guys didn't want police. Wait, look at them. They didn't want police to close their tunnel. And they got crazy. They were angry, so they had to arrest a bunch of them. A historic Brooklyn synagogue that serves as the center of an influential Hasidic Jewish movement has trashed this week during an unusual community dispute that began with the discovery of a secret underground tunnel and ended in a brawl between worshippers and police. The conflict erupted in the global headquarters of the Chabad Lubavitch movement in Crown Heights, a deeply revered Jewish site that each year receives thousands of visitors, including international students and religious leaders. Its Gothic revival facade, immediately recognizable to adherents of the Chabad movement, has inspired dozens of replicas around the world. But on Tuesday, the synagogue remained closed off by police barricade as New York City building safety agent inspected whether the tunnel dug without official permission may have caused structural damage to the famed property. Official and local said young men in the community recently built a passage to the sanctuary secret. When the group's leader tried to seal it off Monday, they staged a protest that turned violent as police moved in to make arrest. The exact purpose and provenance of the tunnel that incited the altercation remained subject to debate. The passage is believed to have started in the basement of an empty apartment building behind the headquarters, sneaking under a series of office and lecture halls before eventually connecting to the synagogue, according to Moti Selgisson, Seligson, a spokesperson for the Shabbat. He characterized its construction as a rogue act of vandalism committed by a group of misguided young men, condemning the extremists who broke through the walls to the synagogue, vandalizing the sanctuary in an effort to preserve their unauthorized access. Those who supported the tunnel, meanwhile, said they were carrying out an expansion plan long envisioned by the former head of the Shabbat movement. Oh, Lord. Listen. Listen. Yo. I don't know, man. At a point, once people believe that they can do whatever they want, wherever they want, have their own police, have their own buses, have their own rules inside of a country, speak their own language. Like, listen, my only question here, okay, so they found those tunnels, all kind of conspiracies. And on Twitter, a lot of people were just asking, okay, why are the tunnels there? First of all, this is dangerous for all the buildings because the structures, like you can menace the integrity of the other buildings around here, right? If you start building tunnels under people's building, this is dangerous, right? Now, this makes me think of France, right? If this happened in France, listen, you would have an army of people telling you that this is nothing crazy. Yeah, they were just building a tunnel. Oh, it's funny. And listen, police just came to fill it up with concrete. Not even, listen. If somebody's building a tunnel under a Congolese church that is going from the Congolese church to the KFC, and then after that is going to Chateau Rouge in Paris, and then here and there, and maybe goes through to Brussels, I want the FBI to tell me, what is this for? I want you to investigate before you close everything. And listen, if you have 100 Congolese people starting to yell at the police because they don't want them to shut down their tunnel, or listen, they're gonna get shot or at least beaten up. Like, they're gonna be like, what? Listen, imagine if it was a mosque. If all these guys were Muslim worshippers, just imagine how all the TV stations in the world would go crazy with the terrorism and etc., etc. Twitter would go crazy. People in the news would go crazy, say, yeah, how do we know? Blah, blah, blah. Go with all type of conspiracies. But because it's a Jewish tunnel, if anybody has a question, it's anti-Semitism. Bro, listen, that word, anti-Semitism, they have used it so much, especially the last 3 months. They have used it so much for everything that now when they say it, people kind of don't care anymore. It's at a point, I believe that if you live in a city with everybody else and there's rules, the rules have to apply with everybody. Everybody. I don't care what is your religion. I don't care if you are, if you believe that you are the chosen ones, or if people say that you're the evil ones, or if you listen, the rules are for everyone. If you want to build tunnels that go from your synagogue or your mosque or your church or your XYZ to wherever, this has to be with a building permit. That's it. That's how it works. They even had videos of them coming out of the sewer. Like, listen, this is hilarious. Wait. Listen, and nobody, come on. Where's this video? Listen. That's crazy. Like, where is this video? Wait, let me see if I can find this video of the guy coming out of the tunnel. I was like, what the hell, bro?
Apparently, there's Jewish people.
Wait. All right, look at this. Is it this? Is it the video? No, I want the video. I don't want this guy. Wait, let me find the video. Wait. Where is this guy coming out of the? Like, that's a lot of. I have a lot of questions. But look at this guy. Look at this. Wait. Wait. TikTok. Wait, I found it on TikTok. Look at this. Yo. Now explain to me why this guy, look, is coming out of the sewer in the street of New York, and then he runs at night. And people cannot ask questions. And if you ask questions, you have Rolling Stone saying that everybody is anti-Semitic. Bro, come on. Out of point. Yo. Listen to me. All these people are funny as fuck. Listen. How you gonna be there? Listen, if I go now in my parking and I start building a tunnel from my cave, right? That goes to the cave of my old apartment and then goes to the cave of the Myriad Hotel not far from my house. Portuguese people are gonna call Mr. Ventura and tell and the Shega move and say, yo, why is this Congolese guy building tunnels? What is he hiding? Police is gonna show up from everywhere. I'm gonna go to jail. This is gonna be like, oh, listen. These guys are just there building labyrinths in New York. And nobody's asking questions because everybody's scared of these people. This is crazy. Listen, this is crazy. At this point, in the last 6 months, I've never seen people be like doing so many branding mistakes. Like, these are crazy. Listen, go ahead, go find somebody that has a mosque in Paris or in Martin Moniz in Portugal and build a tunnel. Build a tunnel. Just build a tunnel from your mosque to another one, another mosque, and maybe with a few stops in a few Indian restaurants or Syrian restaurants. Anything. Like, and just do it's a passage for Muslims. Watch how they call you Hamas in a second. Yo. Bro, listen. You know, like, I don't know what's wrong with these people and tunnels, because people don't even realize even the tunnels in Gaza, they were built by Israel as well. What's wrong with them and tunnels? I want to understand. What was that? The top? What's going on? Anyway, listen. I don't want to sound insensitive or because I don't hate. I just find it funny the way this story was not crazy. Like, this should have been everywhere, because trust me, if those people were Muslim or Congolese or from Mali, from Niger, from and Chinese, listen, the politician would have made something crazy about it. And there is just like, no, we're gonna close it off. All right, all right, listen. If nobody's asking questions, the FBI is not asking questions, I have no questions either. Yo, Jot Flint on Twitch, what up? Seeps Run, what up? They're saying, bottom line, were the tunnel built with planning permission? If not, there's no conversation. Tunnel illegal and should be condemned, people prosecuted. Exactly. Bro, if there were, let me not repeat myself. Urban Sweet Spot, what up? Thank you so much. Rules don't apply equally to all. Exactly. Listen. Okay, listen. I was born in a country where rules don't apply equally to everybody. And I was born on the right side. So I know firsthand that rules don't apply equally. But even in my high, how you call this? What they call this when you are, anyway, listen. Even with my, I'm looking for the word, I don't find it, listen. In my privilege, there you go. Even if in my privilege, right? I never abused of my privilege. And listen, even today, I know I'm privileged. I'm privileged because of fame, because of my wealth, because of a lot of things. My name, where I come, I'm privileged because of a plethora of things. I'm still not gonna wake up in the morning and decide to do stuff that is against the law just because I feel like it. And when police comes, I'm not gonna be there being aggressive. Listen, it is what it is. What up, Esther? Bruno, that shit is crazy. No, they didn't have a permit. Listen, the number of things that happened while I was on a holiday, I was like, yo, I wish I was live. You know, I wanted to do live on afternoons, but yeah, listen, I just didn't do it. Elle est complètement folle cette news. J'ai vu ça cet après-midi avec ma compagne. Oh, t'as vu ça? Ça fait au moins 2 semaines. That shit is crazy. I need a tunnel from my house to the train station. Bro, listen. I did a tunnel where I stay on my seat, my whole office just go and then travels wherever I need. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hilda, boa noite. Che. Obrigado. Obrigado, puto. Yeah. Né? Novos óculos, novo style. What up? Welcome, Malcolm Beats. How is the prince? What's going on with my... Wait a minute. I think the cable here is... That's interesting. I was hearing a buzz. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see the Vince McMahon madness? Not at all. I don't even know who that is. Wait, Vince. Another one? Oh, the WWE founder. Oh, I heard about it. But that's the guy. Vince McMahon, WWE founder, resigns amid sex trafficking allegations. Disturbing allegation of sexual assault, trafficking, and physical abuse. Whoa. Came to light in a lawsuit filed by a former WWE staffer, Janet Grant, who worked at the airport. Oh, Lord. He has denied, but he's prepared to defend himself in court, as always. But he resigned. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Once you are accused, right, of this by anybody, because of your business partner and the brand, the sponsors, etc., you have to resign to protect the brand. And I mean, listen, I have no clue, and as always, you have to give any alleged victim the respect that is due to them, and you have to believe all sides as long as court or XYZ is happening. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, if somebody, I'm not talking about this subject in particular, right? But if somebody accuses you of something, sim? Boa noite, meu amor. Queres t-shirt? If somebody accuses you of something, right? And soon as you do it, you have to resign from your role as a CEO of something. I mean, you still own the company, but, or you lose some sponsors and stuff. I think it's kind of dangerous. You know why? Because I can pay somebody $100K to accuse you of something just for you to resign from a position. And maybe after that, I take that position from you. Right? That's why, to me, this pressure that we put on people to resign soon as there's something, without even knowing if it's true, if it's not true, I find it kind of dangerous. Because we've seen with this baseball player who was accused by this girl, and in the end, she was a liar. The Jussie Smollett, the girl with the listen. with all these liars that are walking around, I believe it's kind of problematic to force people to resign soon as there's any issue. They should be able to stay in their positions. And yeah, listen, the sponsors have to also wait before they leave, they jump ship for a resolution of things. If not, it means that you are guilty before you are proven guilty. That's the only issue to me. And speaking of liars, now wait. I have a story to tell you, but listen, I have a long list of things that I want to talk about. I cannot do all this in one show. So I'm just gonna tell you that last story, and then after that I just want to show you something. Wait, where's this guy? Whoa. Listen, the things that happen in the US are crazy. So I don't know if you remember that one. I don't want to see that. I posted it on my Instagram, actually. I don't know if I talked about it, but
a taste of something else.
So it's a guy who was accused of, I don't know how many things, and he was accused of some things, and he was trying not to go to jail, and then the judge said, "No, you're going to jail." So this is what happened after that. So that's the judge, and somehow
Taste of something else, because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Wait, did you see that jump? Yo. All right. So the guy attacked the judge, right? And he jumped high. He jumped like, no, listen, that guy jumped like an angel to beat up the judge because she was about to send him in jail. All right. Now, that guy reappear, and now of course he's gonna get time behind bar. He's gonna I don't know how many. Listen, I don't know how many years he's gonna take, but they're gonna charge him severely, right? And he reappear on court with listen. That's how. Now he can't jump, he can do nothing. But listen, that guy doesn't look. And listen, now they have security. Listen, that guy doesn't look like he has all his head. I think there's some mental health issues here. And I think now he's facing
an incident initiated by Mr. Redden preventing any other issue process of imposing last week. So I'll let you with that for a moment.
It's 0 days. He was on probation when he committed the offense and was revoked on probation.
Mr. Almasi, if that's different, that is an addition
Anyway.
as of right.
He's going to jail. I don't know if he should go to jail or if he should go to a mental health facility, but it's interesting that because he appeared with that thing, I think the thing he has on his face is to prevent him from spitting on people. I think that's yeah. And he has stuff that, look at, like, he cannot punch people with his hand. Wait.
For the continuation.
Can we see him? Let me see. When he comes in, yeah, he has like. Let me show you. So the thing he has on his hand, I think, is to prevent him from punching people. And then, I mean, he looks like an animal on leash. And a lot of Black Americans took offense. They made it a racial thing because of the way he was. But I think it's probably standard procedure once you were able to do these jumps on the judge. I think now he's facing 13 charges on top of whatever was there. So yeah, I mean, I think it's normal that they make sure that the judge is protected now. But I think there's a mental health issue here. I believe. But the guy was like, yo, fuck that bitch. Yo, like that jump. Yo. I should have been a fireman. Listen, I don't know. The guy doesn't look like he really. I don't know. I believe that there's a real mental health thing here, but hey, it is what it is. But he's gonna be, I don't know, what is being what he's gonna be charged, but he's gonna spend a few months, if not years, in prison. All right. In updates to a story that we talked about. Listen, it's just been a lot of things to talk about. Then after that, I'm going to tell you a little story, and then after that, we're going to sleep. But listen, update to something that we talked about before. Let me see if I found a site that. I don't know if you guys remember that girl. Let me remove the sound. I don't know if you remember that girl. There she is. That said that she had been hit by a brick. I don't know if you remember her. She said a man attacked her by a brick because she didn't want to give her number or something like that, and nobody helped her. All the men that were there just watched, etc. Well, Brick Lady, that's her name, charged in Houston for alleged false claims. A woman is facing felony theft by deception charges after collecting over $40,000 through a GoFundMe account over an alleged false claim. Rhoda Houseman, 33, is accused of falsely claiming she was hit with a brick after not giving a man her number in Southwest Houston on September 3rd. The incident went viral after she took to her Instagram Live to share what happened. Blah, 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 blah. Authorities later obtained footage showing husband engaged in verbal and physical altercation with a man. A court document state that she hit the man in the face with an unknown object following a verbal argument outside a lounge. After that, he hit her in the face with what appeared to be a water bottle. Ooh. The man then left the scene with another man. The whole ordeal was caught on a surveillance camera nearby, which differs from her initial claim of being attacked by a stranger. This account became viral on social media as Osman posted live on Instagram, garnering thousands of views. The situation was further complicated by Osman's GoFundMe account, which collected $40,000 by falsely claiming she has been assaulted for refusing to share her phone number. And apparently that was not the first time that she used GoFundMe after doing this victim thing. Well, listen. In a world that is governed by emotions, people will abuse. People will abuse your emotions and public sympathy, and they will create GoFundMe, so you can give them 2 years of rent for free wherever she lives, maybe 4 years of rent, who knows. To me, the thing with the internet is this. Just like everybody else, I've been the victim of believing somebody just because of reacting emotionally to anything. I remember the time it happened. It was years ago, and it was this guy who was speaking. I think he was speaking Arabic in a plane, and then he pretended that there was like people were asking him to leave the plane just because he was speaking Arab, but actually it was a whole prank. It was something that they were doing to get reaction of people, filming, etc. And I mean, it was a fake victim. And I remember after watching that, I was like, okay, I'm done. Now, when people claim something on the internet, I never react emotionally in the first 5 minutes. I watch, I'm like, whoa. And I wait a whole day, sometimes 2, sometimes a week, and I do my research. I try to understand who's the person, what happened, is it true? I always try to find out if it's true. I don't remember what was something Bodhisattva sent me like last week. And he sent me something and said, oh, do you see this is crazy? And I replied to him, that's fake. And I replied to him why it was fake. Just because after watching what he sent me, I just looked it up. It's not hard on the internet to verify stuff. The problem is most people on the internet, they go on the internet looking for something to get excited about, to cancel somebody about, to get all riled up about. And that's where the problem is. So a lot of people like this woman or Jussie Smollett, what's her name? The guy who's with the prince, for the girl who's with the prince, I forgot her name. Meghan Markle, etc., etc. All these people, they use your emotions to gather public sympathy. The problem with that is that time is never your ally in this type of bullshit. It's going to be a point where time is going to take a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, but at a point, time and karma will knock at your door and the truth will come out. So listen. Kaysha aqui do Moçambique, um abraço. Fiona, eu te quero, são meus favoritos. Obrigado, Pedrito. Bruno is saying, I've grown such a cynic over the years with all this internet shit. I just assume it's all fake until proven otherwise. Yeah. I remember me and you having conversations like 5 years ago about stuff. Listen, I remember our conversation just about the war in Ukraine. And now, with time, the truth is out. It was all, yeah. There's, I think, there's 1 billion in weapons that have been given to Ukraine, that are now in Congo, here and there. Like, they sold it back to other people. And the whole thing is just an American proxy war that was not needed. But at that time, when it started 2 years ago, they made everybody just hate one side and victimize one side. And if you look in the details, you realize that it's a little more complicated than that. And I remember when we had the conversation together privately, you were very and yeah, me now, I mean, I used to be like you, like everybody else, you know. You see something on the internet, you want to go crazy, you want to go in the street, protest. And then once you understand the real information, after taking the whole information, you're like, yo, I was rooting for you, or I was. And yeah, me, I'm just like you. I'm just like you now. I'm super cynical, and any information, I take it as fake until I have proof. And every time I read something or I see something, I always try to have both sides. I always try to understand if whatever I'm reading is true, or if there's multiple sources. For example, the last news I saw that somebody sent me on a WhatsApp group. I have a WhatsApp group with artists, and somebody sent me this. It was that Disney was about to pay like $300 million to Johnny Depp to return as Pirate of the Caribbean, and he accepted. And everybody was celebrating in the group, and I was like, first of all, the link, bro, listen. You know, when you read anything, right? When you read anything, what you have to check, okay, Disney pays Johnny Depp $300 million and sends excuse letter. I mean, I don't have the thing, but bro, I think this was the link. It was from Outlook India. Me, the first thing I look is, where is the information coming from? I mean, I'm not saying this is not a legit site, but soon as I received the link, I was like, wait a minute. Then I went to other websites, right? So I only see this on Indian website. If you look, IGN India, Mashable India. So I was like, okay, let me look at Hindustan Times. What's happening here? It's only an Indian website. I was like, okay. Then I was like, let me go to something a little more legit, right? Then I found this one. Johnny Depp upset Disney's $301 million for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 set to release in 2025. Fact checked. And then They were saying the report was made up. And that's the thing with the internet. It is so easy to get fooled by the internet. And look, if you are millions watching this, look at all the ads. That's the most important part for them. You clicked, see all these ads, you clicked. That's all they care about. They will say anything. The goal is for you to click here to watch this. They make money just from me being on this page. They made some money. And that is the world of today. The more everybody is emotionally crazy, the more they click on links, and the more the people who create all these news, they make money. I remember when there was the Johnny Depp and Amber Rose trial. You had some people making 20 videos every day, and every video was not saying nothing new. But you had some channels, every video they made, they were making like 100,000 views, and multiply by 20, that's 2 million views every day. They were making a ton of money telling the same thing about the trial, and not adding really something, but like, and everybody was watching. Because when there's something that make everybody emotional, like right now, Israel, Palestine, the whole world is clicking, watching. They want information, whether they believe one side or the other one or both, or they don't care. They're still curious and you're gonna watch like 20 people that are saying the same thing, or 20 people that are saying the opposite, but they're all saying the same thing, but you're still gonna watch. And in reality, the people are making money by you watching, not by telling the truth or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is the eyeballs. Once you understand that, you become a little skeptical from a lot of these things. I mean, me personally, that's the way I view information, especially online. It is. A lot of people use the rage for engagement. Exactly. Exactly. The major things was a bit blown out of proportion, but that's the state of things in these days in the US and other liberal countries. Cancel culture is strong there. I completely do agree with you. The tunnel video was crazy. I remember watching that video of the guy crawling out of a hole in New York. I assume it was bullshit. I mean, it had to be too crazy to be true. Listen, bro, listen. I was watching this. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, how? Bro. Everybody is just creating stuff for clicks and views. You can't trust anything these days, even in the traditional media. Yeah, listen, because the traditional media is competing with these people too. And everybody, is just interested in you clicking. That's crazy. But whatever makes people click is what people will do. It is sad, but it is the way it is. It would be best to not respond. A lot of them are doing it on purpose. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Most of them. They do it on purpose. They're doing it with an agenda. And they know that people are emotional. And the best way to use this emotion is this. Like, the internet is a fantastic tool. And listen, if you like I say, even if WhatsApp limited the number of places you can send a message, if you have a group on WhatsApp with 256 people, which is the maximum in one group, right? And I give you any fake information, but that looks sensational. Like Kaysha has been spotted coming out of an orgy in Porto, right? Even if I'm in Lisbon at the time that it happened, you take the information from a website, any website, nobody cares. Like, people will not even check the integrity of the website, right? You take this information, you send it to your group of 256 people on WhatsApp. And these people are between Angola, Mozambique, and Cape Verde, for example. And now, in that group, let's say 100 people be like, yo, that's crazy. And they all share to their groups of 256 people. So that's 200 people. Let me do some calculation. So 200 people that is sending to their groups of 256 people. So now that's 50,000 people that have this fake information. These 50,000, 51, 200,000 people that have this information are now sending to, let's say some of these Cape are in France, so they're sending to their French group. Some people are in the hip hop, they're sending to the hip hop groups. This is the Kizomba group. Okay, let's say that everybody, let's say in the 51,000 people, there's 30,000 people who decide to send to their WhatsApp groups. So multiply by another 256. Now you have 7,600,000 people that have the information. And this is like 5 minutes. Now, if these 7 million people, let's say there's only 5 million people that decide to send to their WhatsApp groups. That's 1 billion people that have read this fake information. And there you go. Today, information, misinformation, truth, lies, point of view, other point of view, everything is just going to the speed of light. And it is very, very, very hard to stop that, because the tools are here. Double XL, what up, my bro? I was watching the clip of Worldwide Chico yesterday. We did great things, bro. Actually, this year is 25 years of Worldwide Chico, right? 2024? No. Yeah, I believe so. Anyway, before I go, because I don't want to leave all these subjects out, I want to talk to you quickly about a show that I did and what I learned from that. I know I'm supposed to keep the show under 1 hour, but let's do it in 15 minutes. Okay. So I don't remember when it was, but I was living in Paris at that time. So it's probably 14, 15 years ago. I was in Le Pré Saint-Gervais. So yeah, 14, 15 years ago. I mean, I went to a show in Lille. So it's a city in the north of France. Okay, cool. So as always, when I do a booking, this is how I proceed. For the people to be able to do a flyer and do any publicity about the show, I need to have 50% of the cachet and the train tickets or the plane tickets or whatever. So in this case, it was in Lille, so I needed the plane tickets for me and the DJ or whoever was coming with me, or management, whatever, plus 50%. So let's say that the show was at 2,000. I don't remember how much we sold it, but let's say the show was at 2,000. So normally I have 1,000 that I already received, and I have my plane tickets ready. And usually I need that at the reservation. So you want to do a show with me, you want to do a show in 2 months, I need my 50% now. And then once I have the 50%, you can put the flyers, I do a promo video, etc., etc. All right. That's just to protect yourself in case you cancel the show on us. Now, the other 50%, as written in the contract, you give it to me usually when I arrive in your city, or sometimes before I leave my city. But most of the time is when I arrive there, we do the sound check, we do the dinner. At that time, a few hours before the show, 3-4 hours before the show, I need the other 50%. So that I go to my hotel, I put them on the safe, we good. I can come, hands in my pocket to the show, and there's no invention. So this is a great way to protect yourself from people that might make you come somewhere and then they want to make you perform and they don't want to pay you or whatever. Because there's a lot of people, they don't want to pay you 50%. They say, don't worry, you can trust me, blah, 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 blah. And then once you're there, they try to force you into performing. So I'm here. I'm here in Lille, chilling. We just did a sound check, and we at the hotel, and it's 8 p.m. I tell everybody I'm gonna rest, and we tell the promoter, don't forget to bring the 50%. And the guy says, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, okay. Go to the hotel, get some sleep, watch some TV. They're chilling, blah, 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 blah. Time goes by. It is now 11 p.m. And we still didn't hear from the promoter. So at a point, I know the show is at 3 a.m. So I'm starting to be tired. So I just get in my bed, put something on TV to fall asleep. And I let my manager or whoever was with me at that time, I let him or her handle everything. You know, I can sleep. Whenever it's 2 a.m., they're going to call me in my room to tell me, get ready. They're coming in 30 minutes. All right. My show is already ready. Everything is already in the pen drive, blah, blah, blah. I go to sleep at 11 p.m. and listen. I wake up around 2 a.m. I put my alarm, wake up at 2 a.m. Go get a shower, go just get ready, put something on TV, and I'm there waiting, ready for the show. And I get a call from I was not with my manager. I was with an agent, I remember. So I get a call from Olivier, who was my agent, who came with me at that show. And he's like, yo, are you ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready. I said, did you receive the 50%? He's like, no. I'm like, huh? I said, so what? He's like, I don't know. What you want to do? I said, I called them to know where's the rest of my money. And so he hangs up, calls me back, and he tells me that they said not to worry. They have all the money, but there's a lot of people in the club. And because of all that, they cannot really come with the money. But as soon as we arrive there, we get our money. I'm like, okay. So at that time, I would go to the club, get the money. Today, I don't. Today, if I don't get the rest of the 50%, I don't leave the hotel. I don't care. I'm just going to stay there and c'est la vie. But at that time, I'm still like, all right, listen, let's go. The fans are waiting, etc. All right. We arrive at the club at 2:45 to perform at 3. As soon as we arrive, the promoters, the club owner, they're all, yeah, okay, let's ready, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're ready for the show, the DJ, can we have the pen drive for the... And we're like, calm down, my boy. Chill. Something is missing. Huh? What's missing? I said, the people are waiting, the fans are waiting. I said, listen, leave the fans alone. For now, we're in the backstage and there's 1,000 euros missing. We would like to know where's the money, because until we receive that money, we are not going on stage. And the guy's like, oh, come on, listen, no, we have some liquidity problem. A lot of people pay with credit cards, blah, 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 blah. But we have somebody that went to get the money. Don't worry. Perform. Soon as you're done, they will pay you. I was like, listen, if you perform and you haven't been paid yet, this is when you are now at the mercy of the people. And they can make you wait until whenever they want to pay you. You cannot leave the club. You cannot do nothing. After you, they can keep you until 8 a.m., count all the money, and then pay you when they want, if they want to pay you. Because they don't need you anymore since you performed already. So, that would be a big mistake. Because they told me somebody went to get the money. That would be a very, very, very big mistake to perform. So I told them, you know what? We're going to go and sit down in the backstage and browse Instagram. When you guys have the money, you let us know and we'll go perform. They're like, oh, ah bon? Okay then, half an hour. But the show is supposed to begin at 3 and it's already 2:45. And I'm like, the sooner we get the money, the sooner we do the show. So don't talk to me about what time it is. I don't care. We go sit down on the sofa. We drink our juice. We there, we talk, da-da-da-da-da. Olivier tells me, you believe they're going to pay us? I'm like, I don't know. But if they don't, there's no show anyway. After 45 minutes, it is now 3:30. And still no sign of the money. La moula, the dough, the pipette. Still no sign of the money. So me, I'm looking at Olivier. He's looking at me. And I'm like, all right, listen, at 4, we just go back to the hotel. And then we take our train and listen, we still have the 50%. I give you 200. I take 800. Peace. And the guy comes. And now he's very humble. Oh, listen, legend. Oh, I don't know what to say. We don't listen. Problem with the credit card, blah, 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 blah. But we swear we have the money, but act. And we were like, listen, the fans are waiting. I said, listen, Don't try to gaslight me with the fans are waiting. It used to work when I was young. It doesn't work anymore. What works is give me my money. Because once I step on the stage and I perform for my fans, you don't need to give me the money anymore. That's the truth. That's the reality of things. So I'm not going to give you my leverage by performing. So he's trying to explain to us, don't worry, we can do you a check. We can listen, bro. This is how it works. You guys need 1,000 euros. I see it's 3-4 of you here promoting this party. If everybody here sends a bank account, so no, listen, it was around 2010, probably 2009. So it was not as simple. Now, listen, nowadays we have the MBWay, we have you can send all over Europe and even in the rest of the world. You can send money instantly from your bank account. Like now, sometimes I go to the club, I arrive, the guy sends me the money, I receive in my bank account. Like I'm like, all right, I get my notification. Okay, let's go. But back in the days, it was not that easy. But I told them, listen, it's 4 of you or your friends that are there. Listen, I don't know if it has to be 10 of you that give me 100, or it's the 5 of you that have to give me 200. You find a way. If I don't have my 1,000, I'm not performing. It's as simple as that. And the guys are like, yeah, is there a way? I'm like, no, there's no way. And out of nowhere, a guy from my street, a guy from my neighborhood named Gael comes backstage. I'm like, oh, Gael, what you doing here? He's like, yo, I'm waiting for the show, bro. I came here on holiday to see some homies, and the guy who make the party are friends of mine. Yo, the show was supposed to be at 3 a.m. People are complaining. What happened? I'm like, yeah, what's happening is your boys are not paying me. And if they don't pay me, I'm not performing. He's like, what? Let me go talk to them. So Gael is like some street dude, right? So the at that time where I lived in Paris, all the little guys selling illicit stuff in my street, the corners, like it was a very safe neighborhood, but you had a few guys doing the business there, and all these little guys, they were under this guy. And the guy who was over all of them was a guy that I know that was in prison. So soon as I arrived in this neighborhood, they told me, listen, you are the elder and our elder and our elder. Don't worry, you are protected in the city. I was like, cool, perfect. And yeah, we used to go out with these guys, etc., etc. So Gael, with his street mentality, tells me, don't worry, I'm handling it. These guys are my little boys. They're my little brothers. I'm going to go and make it happen and get you your money. I'm like, no problem, but bro, it's 4. I'm not staying here until 5 a.m. If this is not settled and handled in 10 minutes, I'm going to the hotel. So he goes and talks to them, blah, 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 blah. And then the guys don't have the money. Listen, I don't know what was the problem. I don't remember if the place was full or not. I don't remember. I don't remember. But you know, sometimes people, they want to hire you for a show. Instead of having the money ready to pay you, they don't have the money. They believe that your name will attract the amount of people, and then they will pay you with the money at the door. This is never a good idea. It's better to have the money to pay the person, and then maybe from a sponsor or whatever, or maybe from the few parties you did before, and then you see what happens at the door. If not, you are trying to put the pressure on the artist to have him assume that maybe you did a bad promo, or maybe people didn't show up, or maybe it was raining, whatever it is. It's not supposed to be our problem. Our problem is to perform, right? And listen, it's 4:15. I tell my management, aye, it's okay, we're leaving. So put my jacket, get ready to leave. I tell the promoter or the person of the organization was there, or tell these guys to drop us at the hotel, or we call ourselves a taxi. And then Gail comes out of nowhere and says, don't worry, you can go perform. I'm like, what you mean I can go perform? He's like, listen, don't worry, you can go perform. Whatever they owe you, I'll take care of it. I told them that you are performing because of me. I put my name on the line, and when we arrive in Paris, I'll pay you. Don't worry. You know, we got cash. So when we're in Paris, I'll pay you, and then they will pay me. So I'm taking the debt out of them to me. So now I owe you money. I'll pay you in Paris, and they owe me money. So I'm like, oh shit, this is becoming some street stuff. This is Miguel. I'm here about to tell the guy, listen, as you wish. But when we arrive in Paris, you pay me. Yeah, don't worry. Okay. All right. DJ, let's go. So in 2 minutes, gave the USB key to the guy. The DJ start the intro. 1 minute later, I'm on stage. Boom, I do my show. 45 minutes on stage. Great show, etc. All good. The fans are happy. Everybody's happy. The promoters are like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, you have to thank Gael, because he's the one who made it happen. All right. After that, we go back to the hotel. We chill. We talk. Next day at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I don't remember. Go back to the train station. Sleep in the... Lily was an hour away from Paris, so sleep a little bit in the train. Arrive home. Continue sleeping. Bye. I wait a week, and I don't hear from Gael. So, in the beginning, I don't say nothing, because I have other shows, I have other things that I'm doing. I make money from so many parts that I'm not stressed about the money. But after 10 days, I called Gael and I said, you owe me money. And he's like, bro, come on. And, and I said, I don't want to hear about, bro, come on. I want to see my money. No, but the guys didn't pay me yet. Oh, bro, I don't care. You decided to make me perform where I was about to go back to my hotel, and you decided to take this debt. So now you owe me. If you don't want me to call the people that are over you, the real bandits, and explain to them that you gave your word about something and you put yourself in my business, I advise you to pay me in the next 5 days. So at a point, he was like grumpy, whatever. After 2-3 days, he called me to say he was downstairs in my street. I came down. I was like, what up? He said, yo, what up, bro? I said, yeah, I'm good. He gave me an envelope with all my money in cash. I took it. And then he was like, oh, you wanna go eat something? I said, yeah, why not? Let's go. So we went to eat something. And then as we were dining, he was telling me that these guys were not paying him and that he was pissed. And I was like, yeah, well, too bad. He's like, yeah, come on. And you pressuring me. I said, no, me? I was not about to perform. You came and you made me perform. So you pay me. Now, if this guy never pay you, it's your fault. And then he was like, who told me to put myself? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. All right. What is the moral of this story? The moral of this story is don't put yourself in someone else's business, especially if you don't even know if you are able to pay or not. You know, sometimes I walk with millionaires and they come to see me at my show and stuff like that happen. The promoter is there at the hotel and he says that, I'm so sorry, we don't have enough people, whatever, something. And because of that, I'm like, okay, no show. And sometimes my millionaire friend tell me, okay, how much is he supposed to pay you? Because I came here to see you. Oh, you're supposed to pay me that much. And my millionaire friends, you sometimes tell me, listen, if they don't pay you, I'll pay. And I'll handle, I know the guy, don't worry. And because I know they are rich, I'm like, all right. But in reality, I mean, the few times this happened, finally the promoters still paid me because it was just, sometimes it's just, they don't have the cash, they have a lot of credit card and they just need to take the time to do some stuff. Sometimes it happens. But to me, the moral of the story is this. After that episode especially, I decided to tighten the thing a little bit more. I want 50% at the reservation now. And I want the other 50% before I take the train or I take the plane or anything. I want to arrive with my hands in my pockets. And some shows, I want 100% at the reservation. If I have to do like a 8-hour flight, stuff like that, when you want to reserve your show, you have X amount of days before you start doing your promo. You have to pay the whole cachet. And most of the time, unless it's really somebody I trust, like some friends that I know that are really heavy, and that for them like 2,000 euros is nothing. That's what they spend in a party. I tend to tell people who want to interfere in my business to not do it. And when a promoter is not able to fulfill his part of the deal, I go to the hotel and I don't wait an hour like this time. I'll wait half an hour, or sometimes, actually most of the time, if I'm still there and I've moved to your country without getting my money, half of the money, what I do is I don't leave the hotel. You can cry, tell me whatever you want. I don't even leave the hotel. Bro, I don't even leave my pajamas. I'm just there watching a movie, watching something on Netflix or YouTube. And then once you have found your solution, we can go to the club. And That's also a lesson that I also gave to Gael that day. Was like, mind your own business. Don't come here and take other people's debts if you're not going to assume after that. And it's the same thing I was telling to a friend of mine who was telling me something, and I told him this story. I reminded him, Olivier actually, I reminded him of this episode that we went through in this business, where people were doing all this cinema. And I was like, because he was telling me something about something like this that he did. And now that the person who he said, don't worry, I'll pay, is now calling him every day, asking for the money, and he doesn't want to pay. I'm like, yeah, but who told you to put yourself in this situation? And listen, I'm having some show proposals. And it's funny how when you give your conditions, people are angry. And you're like, hey, if you don't want to do it, let's not do it. I don't mind. It's okay for me. I'll make that. Listen, as we talking, I'm making that money anyway. So to me, I love performing, and I love the fact that now I can perform for fun and not to survive. I love the fact that when I make money from shows, it's extra money that I can do for, listen, I can buy a furniture for my new house, stuff, pay the school for my kids for a month or two or free, stuff like that. I love that it's not. I made the pivot to so that this money is not so important in my monthly life, that now I can really go and do shows for the pleasure and get paid without stress, because my rent is paid by other things, and a lot, like all my expenses are paid by other things. So when you're in this position, you can really enforce these things without thinking, because a lot of people, they get in this situation when they want to enforce and get respected, but they know that if they don't get the money, they cannot pay their rent. So they're still at the mercy of people. And it's really something that I learned. Don't put yourself at the mercy of people. Never. So yeah, that was a story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed that little story, put some rainbows in the chat, and I hope you enjoyed this episode that was 2 hours instead of 1 hour. But hey, listen, it is what it is. This show is brought to you by ShadaWare.com, Gods of Good Fortune. Thanks to Brada, our stream royalty. If you want to be the stream royalty for the month of February, you can now start giving your super chat on YouTube. Thanks to all our sponsors who has been supporting this show for years now. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you with a track. Thanks. Wait a minute. Thanks to everybody that was watching on Facebook. Thanks to everybody that was watching on Twitch, and thanks to everybody that was watching on YouTube. We'll try Rumble next week. I'm gonna leave you with a track from one of my instrumental albums. The name of the track is, what did I do? The name of the track is Ela Não Me Ama Mais. Shada Gang, see you Wednesday. Bless. Black said, let's have dinner. I'm coming to Paris soon.